Welcome. My name is John Close, I'm a partner at Irwin Mitchell. I'm joined today by Marcus Tarrant from 3L Care, Ian Gordon from Lancaster University Management School and Andrew Moses from the Config team. Together we'll hopefully identify ways in which SME owners and directors are working in close conjunction with their advisors to grow their businesses. I think the secret to getting the best out of your advisors is to engage with them at the earliest possible opportunity. I've been working with Marcus at 3L Care now for the best part of 4 years. Marcus, can you shed some light on some of the benefits that you've gained from us at Irwin Mitchell from getting us in at the early stages?
It's important to us that we have an advisor on board that understands and knows the nature of our business. As a director of a business, you have a clear sight of what you want to achieve, but you need that input professionally to help you structure it accordingly. And by working with Irwin Mitchell, we were able to get advice from you on the commercial aspects and also the taxation aspects, and not only within the structure of the business, but also in helping us to acquire investors and managing those investors.
At that crucial stage, Marcus, were you conscious of the costs that you might have been racking up in getting that early advice, and how was that dealt with in your conversations with us?
Well, it was nice to be able to have an initial meeting where we could discuss what I wanted to achieve and how Irwin Mitchell could help us. And the best part of that was that the clock wasn't running at that point in time, so it wasn't costing us anything.
Yeah, I think that's right, Mark. It's really important to be working as part of a team, because you don't know what's going to be coming up against you. As human beings, our behaviours determined primarily by previous experiences and events, not by what lies ahead. If you're running a business that aspires to grow, sooner or later you're going to bump into some new things that you may not have some experience of. And so working in a network's great for all of that. You've got other people you can talk things over with. So at the management school at Lancaster University, we kind of do exactly the same thing. We try and put networks of like-minded people together, albeit from different industries, and try and help them when they bump into these tipping points of growth that they'll meet from time to time. One of the kind of signature programs that we do that with is called the LEAD program, which is all about developing your role as a leader and developing your role as a manager, and that's been kind of really successful for us. Andrew was on that program and can talk a bit about that.
Back in 2006 there was 25 other company owners that engaged in LEAD, and since then it's been a huge acceleration of my knowledge on how to run a business. I feel much more qualified in running a business right now as compared to back in 2006.
Having professional advisors like Irwin Mitchell, being part of a network, as we do at the management school at Lancaster University, can be great for having somebody to talk to, because it's actually quite lonely being an owner-manager and you need some people that you can talk to.
I think that's a really good point, Ian. I think it's not just your advisors' network. They have people they can recommend within that network. And any recommendation, as we know, is worth its weight in gold.
Through the network at the university, I've got a team of non-competitive business owners who are all there for me, and as an example, I could take an issue to them and know absolutely that they're going to give some other angles of thought to solving that issue, that some might even be more radical than I could have come up with myself.
Marcus, can you just shed some light on some of the key issues that you're facing as a business that's growing quickly, and just to explain how Irwin Mitchell have been able to help you cut through some of those issues?
We recently, only last year, had a situation where we had a high-level employee who was becoming detrimental to the business, and we had to deal with things very quickly. I was able to talk to you at Irwin Mitchell and discuss the matter with you, and very quickly we came up with a plan.
Ian, have you got any thoughts on that?
It's building really on what Mark is saying, because you're absolutely right. That intensity of that day-to-day requirement of running your business can mean that sometimes the strategic planning about where you're trying to head in the long term just gets missed. So one of the challenges we give at the university is to say, come and spend 1 day a month with us. Come and spend 1 day a month with anybody. You should reflect on running your business. Have you got 1 day a month you can give to thinking and acting strategically about where you're going?
Andrew, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's so healthy taking time out, and it's so hard when you're running a business to actually make the time. But the time that I've found over the last 7 years where I've reserved time for the university pays off in dividends, and the fact that you've got these relationships with people. Like you've said, you've built up a relationship between yourselves over the years. I've also got a fantastic relationship with the people I know from the other businesses at Lancaster University. They know my business inside out, I know their business inside out. So they can actually put a real context into try and help, when we're helping each other, trying to solve problems.
Marcus, just in terms of some of the other kind of collateral benefits you get from working with your advisors, in particular Irwin Mitchell, can you give some examples of how that's, you know, it goes beyond just a working relationship?
Yeah, absolutely. The relationship that we have with both you and Irwin Mitchell has gone from advisor to more of a trusted advisor approach, and your understanding of the business has helped us network within Irwin Mitchell and tap into the resources that they have that link with the services that we provide. We provide healthcare, and very complex healthcare, to people with acquired brain injury, and Irwin Mitchell are able to help families and advise them accordingly with regards to funding, as well as any legal implications around their situation. So it's enabled us to increase our offering and widen the services that we provide as well.
Andrew, can you, just to wrap things up, can you give us an example, as Marcus has, on some of the benefits that wider relationship can deliver for you and your business?
Sure. I mean, from a perspective of growth, actually taking time out and actually having a look and analyse on how the business is doing. The time for me to put a board report, for instance, together for my university gold team is time that really pays off, because I analyse how things are right now. I look at potential future growth, opportunities and different directions that we want to take.
In summary, for me, we recognise that networks that are high in trust are really important, wherever you find those networks, whether it's with strategic partners like Irwin Mitchell, whether it's with a university like Lancaster University. By having that trusted network, you have the opportunity, I think, to become best in class, and that gets you working on your business and not in your business.
Thank you, Andrew, Ian and Marcus, for your time today. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it will give you a few tips on how to engage with both your advisors and their networks in order to grow your businesses further in the future. Thank you for watching.